Bitcoin keeps on dumping like crazy. Literally, there was never an easier time to short Bitcoin because literally we have dropped from an all-time high of 126 all the way lower to 79k or 80k. I'm going to tell you guys right now why Bitcoin has hit a massive support zone. However, how I had not yet longed Bitcoin because obviously I need to be patient because Bitcoin has a real possibility of falling much lower. I think 74k or even 70k is a real possibility because as you can see right now on the chart, we had kept on with Bitcoin on a daily basis. Basically, guys, yesterday we made a live stream. We went live at 10 p.m. and we had explained the drop live. As you can see, we had Bitcoin fall all the way lower on the live at 86k. However, yesterday I made it quite clear, guys, that I'm not going to long Bitcoin yet, even though we had hit 87, 86. I told you guys to wait because the closest area for a reasonable support is only way lower at 82 to 84, and right now we have hit the zone of interest for me. However, I'm going to tell you now, guys, why I have not yet longed Bitcoin, even though yes, on the higher time frame I'm quite happy about holding on into my shorts for quite a long. I still do have my all-time high short, and I also got this one from 106. As you can see, a perfect short taken from a fake out of the highs and then all the way lower to be had till 80k. However, right now I still decide, to be honest, to be waiting and patient until we open the New York session because obviously I'd rather get a confirmed much higher probability entry to long rather than jumping into a random bounce, maybe catch the knife as they call it, and then maybe have the price fall even lower because technically Bitcoin hasn't even confirmed, I think, let's call it 4 hours of us being inside this area. So I need to be patient. Yes, I'm exactly happy, to be honest, about the drop. However, I'm going to be waiting for lower, and also I'm going to be waiting for much more time, much more time before taking any longs. If you can see right now on the 1 hour time frame, basically we had lost 84. I told you guys on the Telegram channel, if you do not follow me, make sure that you're following me on the free Telegram channel because yesterday I told you guys that I'm going to be waiting for lower, and even on the morning today I told you guys that I'm going to be waiting patiently for much lower prices and I'm going to be waiting for a better setup. Hence why today we're going to watch and see whether we get offered an easier setup because obviously right now we are still range bound within 82k to 84k, so we are within the good zone to support, to long the support. However, I'd like to be patiently waiting. Much rather maybe miss out on longing the low. If this would come out to be the low, I'd much rather miss out on this being the low and long in the low, and I'd much rather wait for a better confirmation. Say maybe we go to 87 and then wait for a little dump and then try to long here. So I'd rather long this rather than longing the exact low of the move because obviously if you had tried to long Bitcoin, let's just say for the past 2 weeks, you could have much likelier had lost money because obviously shorting had never been any easier on Bitcoin, especially for the past, let's just call it 2 weeks. We had been literally calling for a fake pump and shorting every single pump, and had you just shorted every single little pump, as you can see on Bitcoin, you could have printed lots and lots of money. Hence why it does not make sense to randomly long. Now it is going to be a risky long to be taken here, so I'd much rather hold on to my winners, hold on into my shorts, and then waiting patiently for order flow confirmation, lots of shorts being stuck in at the lows, and also for a bit of a market structure shift in terms of at least the lower time frame. I'm going to keep a look on the 15-minute time frame, wait for the New York session to be open, I think in around an hour, and then make the decision whether this is going to be an area to long or not. So I'm going to be waiting and patient on Bitcoin. That also takes us to ETH because ETH has finally hit our target in terms of support. Ever since ETH had lost 3400, I was saying, guys, and telling you guys that if we lose this area, if we lose this important volume area, then I'm going to be expecting and waiting for a huge massive drop on ETH, and we actually just saw that. We literally went down at around 22% after losing that area, hence why I'm quite proud of that fact. However, I too haven't yet long ETH. So no ETH longs or Bitcoin for me. I'm going to be waiting patiently. I'm not going to try and brag and show off me long in the bottom. I'd rather miss out on the exact bottom, if this would come out to be the bottom, and then wait for a better confirmation after we hold on into 84. So let's just wait for 84.5 to be reclaimed and then make a better decision whether I'd like to jump in along this move or wait for lower, because obviously, as I've mentioned from the beginning of this video, that if we actually does not manage to hold on onto the 84k zone of interest of support, then I can see an immediate easy drop to at around 69k for at least, to be honest. So I'm not saying that this would happen, but please understand that longing randomly or catching the knife could be actually super risky and super dangerous. Hence why you either have to get in right now with the understanding that maybe you're going to probably lose the long, or wait for a patient much better confirmation, because obviously losing 84, losing 82 would probably mean us dropping all the way lower to 67, 69. Hence why you have to be cautious and also patient along us hitting this important zone. Thank you, brother, for showing up, and thank you actually for your nice comments. I see lots and lots of people coming in and joining in. By the way, sorry for being maybe at around 1 hour late. I try to actually stick with the 4 p.m. Timing. However, hopefully it's always better to be late than never show up. So thank you guys for showing up. We've got Wig in the channel chat, Clever, Renata, Wayne, how are we doing? How are you doing, brother? Smash the like buttons on your way in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What a nice way to come in and join in the chat. We got in support, Ahmed, thank you, brother. Mohammed Rifat, how you doing, bro? King, sorry, the action tourist said, time to long might be very soon. That wick to 80k buck up so quick was crazy. We'll take a look. We'll dive deeper on the lower time frame. Trust me, guys. Once I go to the 15-minute time frame, let me cook. Let me find the volume areas, and then hopefully we'll come up with lots of ideas. If you're like adamant about longing, please wait. Let us at least discuss it and see how can we exactly play it. Can we go half position in and then wait for the rest? So I'm going to hopefully guys, just give me a quick second here. I'm going to tell you all what you need in terms of actually trading it. Hopefully, by the way, guys, you had watched yesterday's live stream, because yesterday's live stream, to be honest, was, wonderful in terms of the content, also in terms of the questions we had, and also actually for us showing up at 10 p.m. and then immediately having some quick TA. Because had you watched the live stream from yesterday, unfortunately yesterday I was not able to make a little video because I literally was live streaming at 10 p.m. so I had no time. But also fortunately the 1 hour and 19 minutes that we had spoken about yesterday was quite, I'm hoping that was quite helpful for most of you guys, because literally Bitcoin was dropping. I started the live stream with Bitcoin maybe at 88 or maybe 87, and then we had kept on, or we watched the drop to 86. I think I stopped the live stream at 86k. However, we were quite lucky to actually show up yesterday, because if you had watched it all together, you would have known not too long, because I said that quite clear, that if Bitcoin randomly starts pumping from 86, 88, I would be truthfully and honestly missing out on the long. I'd much rather, I think we were at the zone. Let me be quite precise here. Let me look for the timing. It was at around 86, 87 here. So at this area, I told you guys that I'm going to be quite transparent and honest. Let me just let it quickly load up. As you can see, I said at 87, 86. I told you guys on the live stream from yesterday that if we surprisingly and randomly start pumping from here, I'm going to be quite honest and truthful by saying that I had missed the long, because obviously I'm going to be waiting for lower, and thankfully we actually just got that. I think we had a little bit of a consolidation at the middle of the night, and then today we had seen the drop. So I think that all of our viewers or all of the community shouldn't be or wasn't actually surprised by the drop, because we had pre-planned it. We had to be honest done our TA and understood that it's more likely than not. We'll never give you predictions, guys, but whenever we show up, at least we can give you a little bit of confirmation not to try to long. So hopefully no one touched the long button until we at least had hit of 84 or 83. And even that, or even though we hit this, I made sure, because obviously I know that some of you guys would probably have missed me saying clearly that please do not randomly and immediately jump into Elong. I told you guys I'm going to be waiting for a better reaction. But even with that being said, yesterday I made sure that I showed up today on the Free Telegram channel, and I told you guys that please wait patiently. I have not yet longed, and thankfully, with me saying that, I think I said that when it was at 83, it actually went all the way lower again at 80.3. So hopefully, guys, you did not long and you didn't lose money by randomly longing. I also see lots right now of shorts and longs being open still with my laptop. Haven't yet configured the new Mac, so give me a quick second here, guys, so I can see the what's going on in terms of actually shorts and longs. We can see, by the way, guys, a ton of like stuck longs at the lows. So I didn't quite long it, but to be honest, like if you had gotten in with the fake out of these lows, let's just wait for it to load up. As you can see on the lower time frame, maybe there could have been an easy, not easy, but a smart scalp to maybe long this of us, maybe giving us the first week. We can again very close and then taking out the liquidity. So this would have been an easy scalp, but just because I missed that, I'd much rather right now be patient, because obviously right now we can as easily like hit 84 again, 85, and then lose it and become like range bound within this area. So I'm going to be waiting with you guys. Hopefully we got the New York session opening in an hour or so, an hour and 12 minutes, so there's more time. I'd much rather miss out on the low and then wait for a better confirmation, because obviously because like longing would have been much harder, or is actually, or had been and is actually much harder than shorting. Hence why I'd rather wait for a better confirmation right now. I can see that there's literally a huge amount of shorts right now on the higher time frame at around 86. So maybe clearing 86 would probably increase the chances of us going much higher. But for now, or for the time being, just because we're below 86, we have to remain cautious, guys, and wait patiently. To be honest, so let me quickly take a look at the comments before I go and delve deeper on maybe the lower time frame ideas. We got the action tourist time to long. I think I've read that. Zloty said, buddy, I'm in profits. My short printing money. No dog food for Uncle Zloty for today. Good for you, brother. Good for you. I'm quite happy about you making money. We got ORK. Evan Val said, hello, everyone. Hit the like button. Thank you, brothers. Amazing profit, babe. Good to hear, to be honest. We got AN Figa, maybe. I woke up after hitting the valley area low. Good, to be honest. Hey Ahmed, how are you doing? Ultra Philip, how are you doing, brother? Mr. Amoto, good morning to you, brothers. Whether it's morning or evening or whatever, or whatever the time is for you guys. Thank you, thank you. When long? I'm going to say it. It's not. I'm going to be maybe giving you multiple ideas right now. And Fake said, what would be a better confirmation? Also, are you planning to short your retracement or not worth it anymore? Yes, just to make it quite clear, guys, that if I get offered a short, I'll take it no matter what kind of market structure we have in. But just to keep in mind, guys, that us hitting 84 does not like suddenly change the market structure. It remains to be bearish. So even though, like, even if we suddenly pump to 94, shorts are going to be better trades than long. So that doesn't mean that I won't be longing, but understand that as a day trader, I can long and short and do both. So I'll never close a short or a long if it's winning a lot, and I also will never be fearful of taking a trade. I do understand that right now longing would be harder, but if I get offered or I make up an idea, I might try it. Even if I lose it, that's fine, because I've already made enough money by shorting it. And by the way, guys, that the reason why I always tell you guys to please try to get shorts, like I've made it my not my life goal, but my life goal for the past 2 weeks is for actually try and get all or at least most of the viewers having or holding at least one short. So if you had watched the content, let's just say for the past week or so, you should be at least in a nice short from a high, no matter what the high is, 106, 118, 96, whatever it is. So hopefully most of you guys have shorts. So by having shorts, you can be like testing out risky longs, because obviously, guys, you have to understand that if I make up an idea to long, say for, on a reclaim of 84, on a reclaim of 86, I'll make up something. But if we come up with an idea to long, you have to understand that I'm the person who has a short from the high, and also who understands that this will be a risky long. Obviously, any kind of long is and would have been for the past 2 weeks much riskier than a short. So please, if you have a short, hold on to it. Do not see me open up a long if I do, and then do not see it and say, oh, I'm going to close the short and open long with me. No, you have to keep it open in case if we get we fall lower and we hit the stop loss on the long. You have to have an edge or a hedge, sorry. Let me quickly take a sip of water, and then I'm going to keep reading the comments. Hopefully, after reading the comments, we're going to delve deeper on the let's say the 15-minute time frame. We also got ETH, by the way, guys, hitting the zone of interest to me. So we got pretty interesting times, to be honest. It's usually like, I'm sad that usually we hit the important areas or either on Friday, yeah, mostly on Friday or Thursday. So we all like mostly hit them whenever we're reaching the weekends, guys. Like, I think, let me see what happened on the previous Friday, but I'm pretty sure that we had seen something important happen on the previous Friday. As you can see, yeah, literally the same exact thing, guys. Let me quickly reiterate, because if you remember, if you've been watching my channel for the past, maybe let's just say week or so, or maybe more than week, maybe 2 weeks, you would have known that I was calling for 97 as the main and one of the most important support lines. And if you remember, guys, that we basically saw a bad reaction at 97. As you can see, this was basically a green zone. I had it as a green zone, and I told you guys that if we hit 97, that's why I thought I remembered something. I thought I'm getting deja vu from this happening again, because last time on the hit of 97, it being one of the most important lines, I told you guys that please be cautious, because the reaction isn't good, and also because we are coming up, or is getting closer to the Sunday Saturday Sunday weekend. Hence why, unfortunately, this won't be by the way, guys, I'd much rather hit a support area during the high volume days, so the weekdays, Monday to Friday. And unfortunately, not even Friday, because hitting on Friday would probably mean that by the time we actually get the chance to move, it would, or Saturday would come. So usually what happens is we're going to range for a quick more time before even seeing a pump or dump. In that case of last Friday, we had seen actually a dump, as you can see. So it's quite unfortunate that we've been hitting our like important areas of like support at or on Fridays. So that would mean that probably something similar to this would maybe happen of us. I'm not saying I'm not saying that it would it would 100% repeat, but you have to keep in mind that if we actually do not manage to do something important, or we move up or down quickly before Friday ends, Saturday and Sunday would be boring, increasing the likelihood of us range bound at the price range where we closed Friday at. So on Friday, I think we closed that. Let me quickly see. We closed Friday at 96, and then what happened is basically after closing at 96, we opened up Saturday and literally spent, let's just see, the whole like weekend range bound in between 95 96. So see how like we had a boring price action and then opened up Friday and then continued falling lower. This may repeat if we actually end Friday on 83 and then see a range being made in between 85 and 82 for the next 2 days, Saturday and Sunday, and then maybe on Friday we'll get the decisive decision or decisive factor of whether we go higher or lower. If we repeat the pattern, then obviously it's going to go lower, because we had seen a boring range, or sorry, we hit the important support on Friday. We had seen a boring range for the Saturday and Sunday after that, and then we opened up Monday and had seen a drop. So if this would repeat, then obviously it's going to be a drop rather than a pump. But as I said, guys, please do not take my ideas and my maybe plans or scenarios as something I'm expecting. I'm not saying we'll go down, but please understand that if we go to Saturday and Sunday, they could be boring weekends, as we had witnessed for the past good maybe month and a half. Let me quickly see, like maybe the only rise we had, like the only literally pump we had seen for the past month on a weekend would have been this that happened like on the evening of Sunday, and it's not even the highest kind of pump, to be honest. So we usually just range bound in between Saturday and Sunday. See, like technically, yeah, it's still a range bound. Let me see. So we literally ranged from let's just say 103 to 104.7. So usually for the past month or two, we basically go down on the weekdays, range on the weekends, continue dropping once Monday hits. So please do not be overly excited and happy about 84 if we actually close Friday without doing anything of significant in terms of pumps. So I'm not saying that this would happen. I'm just thinking out loud in terms of what maybe could be boring of price action right now. Let me quickly look at the comments before maybe coming up with of like little ideas. Uh, I think Mustafa said, congratulations on your 3K subscribers. You deserve it. Thank you, brother. Valstev, looking forward to hearing your thoughts. Thank you. You're always welcome, guys. By the way, please bear with me. I know that some people feel that I'm not reading their comments, but it just takes me a while to get through them. So hopefully I'll read every single comment. To be honest, literally, this is a good video literally, and honestly, thank you, brother. As I said, guys, please do not. Hopefully, you're not totally triggered by me using or repeating a couple of words that I use them for transitioning in between sentences. I do understand that English, or please understand that English is not my native language. So, I'd much rather you focus on the educational stuff and the setups that we give rather than the stuff that I say or the words that do not matter in terms of context. But thank you, brother. Seems that you're focusing on the wrong stuff right now. Anyways, hold on a second. We got multiple comments right now. Renata is in the chat. If someone wants to enter in short, where to find a new position, we'll show or we'll make sure to also mention that in the next 10-20 minutes. I did but small stop loss because it had hit. Not sure what you mean, but thank you for sharing that though. Steve said 84.5k retest. We'll see. I longed 82. What do you think? Should I exit soon? If you longed 82, just put the stop loss either below the low of the wick, so at 80 something, or just below 82.5. It depends on if you want to be too risky with it or not. So if you had longed, obviously you should be now in a little bit of profits. If you had entered with lots of money, please understand that putting the stop loss just below 82 would be better. But if you literally like wanna like treat it as a wide setup, then obviously the stop loss to the long would be at the low of this wick. Depends on what kind of stuff you're looking at right now. Afternoon in Poland, 2:20 p.m. Thank you, Renata, for showing up. Long or short? We'll take a look, guys. What is your obviously not short, guys? It's never that simple to short here. Like shorten is at pumps. It's never at support zones, guys. It's always like fascinating how most people start to be interested in shorten once we hit or we get a drop. Elias said, Habibi, we're extremely oversold. How can that not account for something? What does oversold mean? Okay, I'd like to entertain that comment because most of you guys maybe are coming from the indicator world. So tell me, please, what does oversold mean? I think most of you guys are like, you're focusing on the indicator without understanding how is exactly the RSI calculated. So just to entertain the comment, if you do not know, then that's totally fine. Just look it up, see what kind of stuff does the RSI take into account, and you understand that doesn't make sense. It's not something like important, to be honest. So let's just see. Thank you, by the way. Let's see who is where. Elias said, I keep nibbling away now, stronger buys. Let's just see. I think it's Andres. I don't know why showing and figured. Yeah, I figured the same picture but the different name. So thank you for. I'll make sure to not forget that. Hold on. We got from Atlanta, Georgia. It's 8:22 a.m. Eastern time. Kudos for Wayne for actually watching me in literally the beginning of his mornings. Cut rates in December is 70% now. We'll see, guys. Hold on. We've got Ricardo in the chat. Hi, bro. You are the moon. Thank you, brother. Long or short? We'll talk about it. The action tourist said, I still have a short open, but I need to stop taking profits from it. Need to broaden my horizon, not let noise lose me out of profit. Thank you. Yeah, totally understand your feelings of in regards of taking profits, but hopefully by putting reps in, you'll understand how to do that. Hold on a second. We're trying to read the comments as quickly as possible. We got the moon in the chat. Carl, the legend. Smash the like button, guys, for him showing up. The action said, why have we had so many scam pumps during the past weekends? Because they're not scam pumps. Most of you guys fail to understand that right now we are in a bearish market structure. So usually retailers, usually beginners get overhyped, maybe ecstatic about the fact that we pump a little bit without understanding the broader context of the market. So that's, I wouldn't say scam, but people are scamming themselves by randomly being happy about little pumps. You have to understand the market structure. Obviously, one of these scam pumps would end up being the actual bottom and the actual beginning of the rise. But just because we will never be able to tell where the bottom will be, you have to keep sticking with the bias of lower until we do something different. So it's totally normal. I've been always saying it, guys, that I'll keep on saying that we'll probably go lower, 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 and I've been saying that ever since we had hit 126. I was saying that we're going to go lower, lower, lower ever since I think we lost 118k. So see how like I was calling for when we were at 126, even though I opened up a short, I was calling for 128, 130. So I was waiting for extra okay. But when we lost 118k, I started calling for lower. When we lost 110k, I started calling for even lower. So see how like it's totally not wrong for you guys to actually flip flop, but that I mean that you at least see something different and then base that or take into account that fact whenever you're making an opinion or a decision. So I'd much rather, as I've been always saying, guys, I'd much rather be correct 9 out of 10 times by being shortened and calling for lower for the past month or so, and then be once wrong in terms of us getting on the pump, and then that would be totally fine. Because let's just say, out of pure example, that this ends up being the low, and then we'll go to all-time high, which is very unlikely. But if we do so, I'd much rather be the guy that didn't long the bottom and then missed out on it, jumped on with a new idea of us dumping a bit and long in here. Just an example. I do not know what kind of long I'll do here, but just an example, and then ride it all the way higher. I'd much rather find an important area where I see the market structure shift being changing and then jumping into a long, rather than just randomly like bragging and like showcasing that I actually longed the bottom. So it's totally fine for us guys to keep calling for lower until we see something different. So hopefully you guys have understood that. Hold on a second. I think I've missed a few questions here. Thanks for your live streams, here to learn. From May I say your wisdom beyond age. Thank you, brother. Your kind words are totally I'm totally appreciative of your kind words. Thank you. I think 70k dumping, yeah, that's totally possible. Let's just see how we play out Friday, because Friday is too important, guys, because obviously it's going to be a boring weekend, sorry. So let's just wait how Friday. We still got maybe less than 12 hours. I think 10 and a half hours of Friday candles. So that's still like room for us to move up or down. The actions tourists, I think that they refer to someone else. Mishu said, my account got blocked on Bitfinex. Did anybody have happened to them? No idea, brother. Why have we had I think I've answered that question. How is your situation with Carl? All good? Not sure what you mean. All good. Champs Crypto said, are you still in the 106? Yes, brother. And please understand, or please be to be honest, like how would I say it, like rest assured that if I close it, I'm going to be making it super obvious. So by the way, guys, I'd much rather close it, like, because right now I had taken 50% off at around, I'll just say maybe 97. So I closed 50% off at 97, and then we literally right now dropped at 283. So I'd much rather, like, for example, never close it again and then close it all the way back at 94, because I understood that the market structure has changed, and close it here and miss out on the potential like rest these profits. Because I said, guys, I'd much rather hold on for these like shorts winners, because they would allow me to get a long. So by the time, let's just say, for example, the 80 to 81 ends up being the bottom. By the time we get up to 96, I'd probably be having or have had a long from lower. So let's just say I managed to get a long at 89, for example, and we pump to 96. At this moment of time, I would understand that the market has flipped bullish. The market structure has become bullish. I keep my long open and I close my short, even though technically, yes, I could have made more money by closing it at 82, but just because I never know where the bottom is, I'd much have it like being open for a longer period of time, hence, or so that it protects me for any losses from long. So this would allow me to have a long. So if we actually get to 100k or 95k, hopefully I'll be actually arriving at that time or at that price point with a long open. So that would allow me to close the short without caring. And also, as I said, guys, by the way, you have to be understanding that I've already taken 50% off. If I pull it lower a bit, as you can see, I already have realized P&L, hence why I do not feel the need to close the rest. Hopefully you guys understand that I need this to be open, not for bragging rights, but only it would allow me to be to feel good while trying risky longs. So hopefully you guys understood that. Wayne said, support the channel, smash the like button. It helps spread the channel on YouTube. Let's build the community. Thank you, Wayne. Any specific targets you're looking for in the upcoming days? I hate to like couple or bind my targets with a specific date. Like, I can tell you my predictions, my biases, but I hate to give you guys a time specific like, to be honest, prediction, because I see them as something that is like totally empty, or to put it more kindly, like something that doesn't make sense to me. Like, how would I know what would be my target for 2 months? Like, what would I base it on? Like, I can have a bias towards lower, I can have setups, but even with these setups that I give, I cannot tell you if they're going to be hit, or if we're going to get them like activated, and also at what specific timing. Market full confused. To be honest, I'm not going to like show off here, guys, but if you had been watching our content for at least, I'll say at least, because obviously the channel had blown up after we made the nice collab with the legend Carl. So we had the collab, I think, 9 days ago, as you can see. So let me just totally understand, or even if you're a brand new viewer that never watched my previous content, even though it was clearly all red, all lower, but let's just say you only started watching me at 96, or sorry, at 9 days ago or 10 days ago, I think, that because we're closer to 10 days ago now. So at this video, or even in this video, I said to Carl, and also on the collab that we had at 105, mind you guys, at 105, I said I have a short from 106 and I'm going to wait for lower. That was said on the collab that we did together on my channel, and also for the collab that we did on his channel. If I quickly pull it up, guys, by the way, let me quickly look for the live stream, if I manage to actually find it here, or not live stream, sorry, video. I think that would have been, hold on a second, that's maybe this one, yeah. So that was, I think, 9 days ago, as you can see. Let me quickly wait for the ad to be over, and I'll show you guys. By the way, guys, I'm not bragging here. I just want you to understand that markets are not confusing if you actually not be totally stuck in a like a tunnel vision, as they call it. Like, you have to be open for change, and you have to be open for understanding lots of stuff. So I was literally saying here with the collab with Car that we did in my office, that as you can see, I was explaining that this top at 107 could be, or could actually see us be or go much lower. If you want to watch this nice video, you can go to his channel. You'll find the title, "This Changes Everything." I think it doesn't have my thumbnail or my face in thumbnail, so you have to read the title and find it. It was 9 to 10 days ago, as you can see. So I'm not bragging here, but I want you guys to understand that I was calling for much lower prices. I had this lovely short that we still do have, actually, by the way, the 106 short, but this is basically on the lower time frame. This was pulled up on the 5-minute time frame, because that was literally like we were filming this video a day after me taking the short that right now is actually being, or ended up being, the top. So see how lovely it is to understand context. Like, the sad thing is, like, most of our viewers get super happy about this little bump that we had seen from 98, or let's just say 98 or 99 to 107, 106, and they forget, or not even forget, but they're envy to the fact that we are literally dropping hard from 126. So what makes you think that this would be like the end of the bear market, or not even the bear market, the bearish movement? You have to understand that whenever the retailers, whenever the I wouldn't say kids, but whenever the bad traders think they are right now going higher, I'm the kind of guy to show up, understand the context, and short, and everybody's losing their mind, being sad, losing their crypto, and I'm over here making money. I'm not bragging here. I just want you to understand. Please stop following the herd. Also, guys, by the way, I also posted a picture of the all-time high short still being open. If you'd like to be, or if you'd like to double check what's going on with my short, how much profit is it in terms of percentage, please go to the free Telegram channel over here. You'll find it, I think, as the second to last post I just did on my free Telegram channel. I'm not bragging here. I just want you to understand that. Please understand the context and stop sticking to a scenario or a narrative. I literally have no care in the world. If I'd actually much prefer it in terms of money profitability, I'd much prefer seeing 50k Bitcoin. I'm just saying that that's my own like preference. That doesn't mean I'm expecting it. I'm just saying that I wouldn't care. Like I would be happy maybe if we go lower. So hope you have to understand that, guys. Uh, all right. Sorry, guys. I by mistake I pulled off the plug for the microphone. Uh, sorry for doing that. It doesn't make sense for the price to fall so fast. The bear market will then be 10k. Doesn't matter, to be honest. It does make sense, guys. Whatever doesn't make sense to the most would make sense, to be honest. It is what it is, guys. Like it's not. I know that it's boring, but trust me. Like stop being a victim. It is what it is, guys. It dropped. It does make sense. And even if we drop to 30k in a matter of days, and then starting making a new bull market, whatever that is or whatever that means, that is like it is what it is, guys. Nothing. Yeah, my bad, living. Sorry, brother. Uh, the action said, not sure how much that's really worth taking into account though, regardless of that. Maybe I misread your comment, but said, very interesting, the hedging strategy. I've heard it before, but hearing it spelled out like this, thank you. Always welcome, but thank you. Livin said, so the ad taught us the ETH is accounting in Dubai too. Well, I know you don't consider big short stuff, long time patterns, but like before, we have had 39% correction on Bitcoin right now. So please, some words about a bounce from this point. We can bounce. Sorry, guys. We had seen and we will be seeing bounces, but until I see a market structure shift, I see bullish confirmations, and by that I mean just like seeing higher highs and higher lows. Like maybe if we reclaim 97 and then reclaim 105, I'll maybe flip super bullish. But me being a bit late to the party of like the bullishness, I'd rather be late rather than be wrong. So I'd much rather stick with the narrative of us falling lower, and then be long if it randomly pumps to an all-time high, and not flex the fact that I had a long at the low, and that's totally normal. But I'd obviously have longs. Like there's no way, but realistically, if we pump to an all-time high, I'd manage to find a long somehow, like during any of the days up until we hit an all-time high. So I don't have to long the bottom, because if you tried long in the bottom for the past, let's just say from ever since we had made an all-time high, so for the past month and a half, or month and exactly and a half, if you had tried to long the bottom for a month and a half, you would have lost money like every single time. As you can see, the bottom keeps on bottoming, so you would have lost money lots of times. So I'd much rather miss out on the bottom, find a new trade, and then we either get lucky by having it run for higher, or lose it and hit the stop loss at entry. So don't worry, guys. I'll hopefully, like, I got your back in terms of finding like good setups. We said, or we got, sorry, walaikum salam, TD, thank you, brother. How, Ahmed, are you in a long now? No, I am not. I believe the market can remain oversold for weeks, so it's not a good trading indicator. Market can remain oversold. Exactly, guys. What does, sorry, even with that, what does, even without that, like, what does oversold mean? Can someone tell me what does oversold in the RSI refer to? It's all like retail stuff, guys. Trust me. uh the action tourist, why is your realized PNL a few K in loss? It is cause it's only taken in the cause the stop loss fail. Like trades will all profit will, exactly, yeah, mainly. counted in yet. Thank you, man. Your TA is so good. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, Daniel. I'm trying my best here. The 84k now exactly. Let me quickly check it out on the lower time frame. Let me find setups. By the way, sorry for not wasting time, but we spent 43 minutes talking about the higher time frame. Now let me break down maybe how can we enter longs and shorts. But before saying that, hopefully, guys, you would not mind the 30. Let's do it quickly. 20 minutes ad break. Not ad, but if you want to support the channel, also flip over 2 weeks. We got the best new exclusive offer, by the way, guys. It's just started from yesterday, so it may remain here for a few days. If you want to make the most out of it, weeks literally doesn't require KYC. So if you click on this, you'll get $10 to $100 bonus just for registering and binding your phone and email. So no KYC required. Just sign up with your email, add your phone number, and that's it. You'll get a bonus to trade with. And secondly, if you deposit $100, you'll get 50%, which is $50. So it's quite good, to be honest. It's a good offer. If you want to do it, you'll quickly hit on the link and then put your email, no KYC. Thanks to Weeks, by the way, guys, for actually giving us a nice offer. But I digress now. Let me quickly talk about the Bitcoin price. I'll take a look at your questions, guys, in a few minutes, or maybe lower or less. Let me quickly hold on. Let me pull up the higher time frame. I go to the 1 hour time frame to start with. Let me quickly just remind myself and yourselves, guys, on the higher time frame by the volume profile. New York session said, or sorry, GameBread said, New York session is open for intraday. Should we go long? It's going to open at 6:30 if I'm wrong, or in a 50 minutes. It's still not open yet. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. By the way, let me quickly see. We have had the value area low like drop a bit. To be honest, it is still a zone. Like, it's not exactly 92 or 91. It's a zone from like 90 to 92. So it's better to keep that in mind. As you can see, let me quickly also hold on. I think I've deleted an area. Let me remove the volume profile. I'd also like to look at the volume at the section. I always like to split the price action into areas or into like ranges. So if I take a volume profile pull at this zone, like let's just say from 91 all the way again to 91, then you'll see that we have right now we are within this context of area. So I'd say that we would be in the clear once we clear out 88, 85. I know that is too far away, but this is in terms of actual higher time frame. Like higher time frame, we can easily like go up to 88 and then fall lower because we would be within the value area of the previous little range here. So you have to understand that. I might keep it in the chart. I'll probably just have it right now for the time being, and then we'll see if I'll delete it or not. I might delete it just for the sake of looking good in terms of the chart, but you have to be reminded by the fact that we have the value area high here. We also bounced from the value area low of the previous range. So see how nice it is. We got the previous value area low of the previous range being the low at the chart. We also got the point of control. So maybe just to make the chart a bit pretty, I'll have the monthly open, monthly like level there, and then I'll maybe loosen or maybe change this to the lower time frame of the point of control of the previous range. So we see how like on this previous range, the important area is like from 81 to 88, but more importantly, this section which had the highest volume, so from 82.5 to 84. So I can have a range within this area of importance, and it's also coincidentally with confluence of the previous MPUC that I've had. So it would end up being similar. Sorry guys, I'm going to explain everything. Just let me quickly draw and do my little nice TA here. All right, so we can have or see this as a zone. By the way, guys, I only use the zone like coloring of rectangles just to make it easier for the viewers. If it was up to me, I'll just leave it as lines. But anyways, I think that every beginner would know that green is good and red is bad. So that's why I usually have the colors on. All right. So we got this little zone of longs here. We had hit the value area low. Okay. We also have daily and all that stuff. Let me double check because these were done very like these levels, these like 4 lines were put on April or during April. So I need to double check, see if they are still active or not, because obviously we haven't gotten to the section of the chart for quite a while now. So we have a daily. Weekly is valid. Let me see the MPUC and where does it land at. Pretty sure it's going to be here. So yeah, that's 2 correct. All right, let me go on the daily time frame. On the daily time frame, I see a daily here, a daily here. So it's all good, to be honest. I might combine these daily and these MPCs together. So maybe just to quickly like it's a stupid thing. You don't have to understand that, but just because the NPOC is a zone, I can maybe like put it with the daily. So we have the daily here. Let's just say the daily, or let me keep the daily as it is, and then add to it the MPOC, because I'd much rather have 3 lines than 4. It looks better on the chart. Nothing important, guys. You don't need to understand it totally, but understand that we have a daily, we have the weekly. Weekly is more important, so I'll move the daily. Anyway, guys, it doesn't matter, to be honest. That's why like I try to clean up the chart by eliminating the ones that are not that needed, to be honest. We've got Neo said pumping now. Guys, you have to be patient, guys. It's like very not funny, but it's like very sad that people get overhyped. Like, why would you call this pumping when it went from like 80.7 to like 84, guys? Like, where were you when it was dumping like this, guys? So please be cautious. Do not be like it's very sad that most beginners would fearful that they would lose on a best long, so they only long when they see like green candles. So like, guys, you have to like train your mind to stop feeling FOMO, to miss out on this trade if it's like goes up. Obviously, like stop like being happy about these candles, because if you like keep on with this habit, then obviously you would have lost money every single time. Every single time I enter a short, it's basically because the retailers, the nice good guys, allow me to enter nice shorts whenever they're too happy. They see these little random pumps, I short them, and they long them, they lose money. So please, guys, stop with this retailer mindset, these beginner mindset. Stop thinking that candles that are like they have become green, like they are too important, you have to jump in. Like, stop being like only like don't make the only factor for jumping into a long a green candle. You can do that, but you lose money on the long run, guys. Anyways, let me continue on with my TA. Maybe lower this on the lower time frame, just quickly remind you of that. All right, let me also look at this. So technically, yeah, see how it's like a zone? So it's like from 891 to 92.5. All right, let me go on the hard time frame. Hold on a second. I'm just playing out ideas here, guys. Once I'm done, I'll start maybe giving you a clear idea. For the time being, please do not like hold me to every single line that I put, because I'm just testing out stuff here. Let me quickly take a sip of water. All right, we have the MPUC, we have a high volume area. Maybe take the volume profile from the job. We got comments here. We got 100 people watching, only 8 likes. Refresh it, bro. It's 60 likes, but yeah, it's lesser for the valuable content. Thank you, brothers. Never been asking for comments, for likes, but truly, to be honest, like wonderful that I see people are actually like looking at them. Amoto said Ahmed gives very valuable information. Thank you, Mr. Amoto, for appreciating that and noticing that too. So let me quickly look at the anchors VWAP and how we're doing. Okay, so I think that the main area for like in terms of resistance would be, I'd say, this zone. So from 88.5 all the way up to 92, this still remains as one of the most important, to be honest, like areas to short. So don't be overhyped if we actually go higher. Like if we go higher, I'll have the zone like from, I'll maybe lower it down to 91 to make it easier. So this zone would be an easy area to short. So please don't be overly happy and ecstatic about any kind of pump until we reclaim. So this anchored VWAP, by the way, guys, this blue line basically represents the downtrend that we had started from 107. So for us to like stop downtrending within this little downtrend, obviously we would be still downtrending, but on a higher time frame. But for us to like stop downtrending within this little downtrend, we have to reclaim the anchored VWAP, which right now sits at 93.9. But let's just assume that obviously within the next few days it's going to drop even lower. So let's just say it actually comes down to 91. So if it's at 91, we'll have it at confluence with the zone. So just putting it easier, simply that if we hit 90 or 91, this could be easy, or either the best area to short for us to continue falling lower, or if we actually reclaim it, reclaim the anchored view up, reclaim this area, then I might be actually calling for higher, maybe to start with 97, reclaim 97, then I'm going to be calling for 105, reclaim 105, and then obviously maybe starting thinking that we're going to make an all-time high. So see how, like, I'm not the kind of guy to tell you where it's going, but I need to wait for confirmation. So I'll take it one by one. Right now, it's much likelier that we go to 69 than 100 or so, an all-time high. If we break up or go above 91, the likelihood increases. We go above 97, it doubles. We go above 105, it's close to becoming like very certain. So see how, like, I'm not the kind of guy to tell you where it's going, but at least I'll have ideas, technical ideas to actually like explain. Either way, let me now go on a lower time frame. Maybe we can find a new idea to long or short. Hold on a second. Let me quickly see where this anchored VWAP is coming from. Sorry guys, I'm going to take a look at the comments in a minute or so, but let me quickly look at the chart that I have here. All right, so I think it's very good here. Let me go on a lower time frame. What EMA is the blue line? I don't use EMA, guys. I do not have any indicators on the blue line. It may look like an indicator. It isn't. It's just a tool. It's called the anchored view up. You have it on the left side of the trading view panel, whatever it is. As you can see, the section here, you got the volume base. My camera is covering it up, but if I maybe lower it down, as you can see, anchored VWAP. So it's not an indicator. For the beginners out there, no, you won't be clicking on it and it would give you a magical line. You have to pick and choose where to put it at or from, and that's the easy, or that's the hard part. Like, it's easy to have to put it on, but it's hard to choose which ones are the effective areas to put it from. So hopefully guys, you've understood that. How you doing, Michael? Thank you for showing up. Ultra said, does price tend to react upon touching the anchored view up? Yes, that's basically one of the most powerful tools out there. It's only powerful if you understand where to put it. So once you get that like toned down, toned in, like you understand how to exactly use it, you'll become, it would be the most powerful tool. But unfortunately, most beginners would see lines and think, oh, lines, I know lines, lines, indicator, good. And unfortunately, they think that's an indicator, guys. So like, it borderline makes me want to delete it because it would make beginners think that this is an indicator, which isn't. Biska said, any thoughts on Trump coin? No idea, guys. No idea. Zero idea here, guys. I'm not the kind of guy to tell you where these little random altcoins, meme coins are going. I just like to understand and read the market and make money from Bitcoin. So sorry for being a bit boring, but let me just remove it from the higher time frame now. All right. As valuable as Trump. I like that comment. It depends like what kind of person, or if you like him or not, that you take it positively and negatively. Neo said, long or short? Neither. Obviously, guys, I'm not waiting for someone to ask me to long or short for me to tell you guys. Trust me, like, if I have a short or long, I would say it, because this is exactly or literally the whole sake of us actually going live every single day. So please do not worry that I'm going to obviously give you or tell you the ideas every single time. I'm not going to wait for someone to ask me before giving you an idea, so long or short. Right now, we have 30 minutes until the candle opens. TFO said capitulation. To be honest, it already happened, guys. Like, it's sad that most people call for jobs to happen when it had already happened. The Trump coin chart looks good against Bitcoin. If Bitcoin bounces back here, literally no care in the world to me. To be honest, for me, how is the max situation going? Still sticking around here in its nice box, to be honest. So I think I should bring myself to do it, but I'm too lazy, man. So it's not even lazy, but I still have like lots of stuff to do. But hopefully I'll try my best. Not today, definitely not today, maybe tomorrow. Hold on a second, quickly, let me see how the stuff are going. All right, so let me see where the closest long and short idea could be at. Let me see the high of the day, the low of the day. So all right, it's never that easy. But by the way, guys, whenever you see me on the 5-minute time frame, understand that is very the local time frame. TFO said, weekly RSI just hit one of the lowest level ever in history. Guys, if you want to make money, stop using indicators. With all due respect, what does the RSI mean? Let me quickly, RSI indicator. Okay, I read it. I'm going to entertain the idea by reading it right now, guys. The RSI, I know what it is, but I'm going to read it for you guys. Is a momentum indicator that measures the speed and the magnitude of price movements to identify whether an asset is overbought or sold. It is plotted on a scale of 0 to 100, whatever that is. Let me quickly see the meaning. It measures the RSI oscillates between 0 and 100 and is calculated based on the average gains and losses over a specific period. Let me see the formula, indicator formula. Meaning. Let me quickly see it. All right. The RSI is basically 100 times 100 divided by 1 plus RS, where RS is the ratio of the average gain to the average loss over a specific period. The indicator measures the speed and magnitude of recent price change. See how guys, why I hate these kind of indicators? Because they are lagging indicators. They only tell you it is oversold based on the previous candle actions. So like, what good does it tell me if it's going to tell me that it's oversold once it had like literally dropped 20%? See why it's lagging indicators? See why most of you guys will fail in trying to becoming a profitable trader, because you look at lagging indicators. You wait for the RSI, which is 100 minus 1 divided by whatever it is, a random formula that looks at like random candles with no even like volume. It doesn't even take into account volume. So how can you tell me, oh, the RSI is oversold? Why is it oversold? Because we have been dropping. So it's not oversold. The term is wrong. The word sold makes it seem as if the RSI has some info or input about the selling pressure. No, the selling pressure is within the order flow. I have the app. It's not oh, look at me, I'm good, but like read about the order flow, open, like download and buy. It's actually like not an expensive, but it's a monthly subscription, an app that is literally logged in or like has the back end of certain exchanges, and it shows you the selling pressure. That is real stuff. When you tell me it's oversold, it's not over effing sold. If you're looking at the RSI, which is basically a momentum oscillator, whatever it is, momentum indicator. Hold on a second. Let me quickly read the comments. The action said, so many people are saying a reversal and bounce up is likely because the dip has been so big. Not totally true, because like you got the fear and greed index have been sold for a while. So B6 said, how about solid alts like Polygon? To be honest, I'm a boring guy that only looks at Bitcoin, ETH, and sometimes Solana. It hasn't made me cautious, shorting, and careful with not taking profits. I'm not sure what you mean, but BlackRock deposited 4,000 Bitcoin into Coinbase. Never cared, guys. These kind of info only makes you sell at the lows. So quotable, boring makes money, no indicators, no fluff, nothing to sell, just facts. Thank you for putting that out there. Action said, I like your strategy of X more and more. I think I think that a lot of it could be noise or just straight up nonsense. Exactly. Love your content, man. Yesterday someone during the live asked, the more people know your strategy, the less effective it is, or it will be. I had the same thought before, and I thought the more people use a similar strategy, the more strategy will work, because everyone will predict the same. It could be both, but whenever it comes to a known strategy, it's usually the opposite. Because like, I wouldn't say whales, but if something becomes too known, most like big players would use it to generate liquidity. So see how like patterns are well known, but I'm against them because they have a low success rate. So with that kind of logic, you think that patterns come into fruition because they are known, but it is for a period of time, and it can be for a period of time, but for the most part, it's actually once the rabbit is out of the hat, it becomes, to be honest, unprofitable. That's at least what from what I've seen from people that would share profitable strategies. And also, by the way, guys, I'm not sharing a strategy. I'm just giving you my alpha. I'm just giving you my predictions and all that stuff out there. Like, if someone wants to replicate it, they'd have to learn risk management on their own, trade management on their own. I'm not going to hold nobody's hand every single day. So even though it may feel that I'm sharing a strategy, I'm not withholding information from you, but it's obviously not as easy as me sharing signals, for example. So I don't see it as very effective if someone doesn't want or doesn't have the time to keep up with me on a daily basis, at least. Uh, TFO said, or maybe oh yeah, TFO said at least Jim Cramer is bearish on crypto. Never cared about this stuff, guys. To be honest, these are just fun stuff that. Hold on a second. Let me quickly see. All right, so I'm just doing some documental stuff here, so please bear with me. What's your approach for analyzing short-term price movements while using higher time frame structure as the foundation? It's a very loaded question. I like the at least that question is like smart, sounds smart, but could you please like tell me in details what you mean exactly? I'd love to answer that. Thanks, Ahmed, so much peace of mind sharing without lines and indicator. You have proven how powerful free tools like the anchored VWAP and the AVP, maybe the volume profile, anchored volume profile is. It's not the anchored one, by the way. It's a fixed range volume profile. But thank you, brother, for at least being like or understanding the way I like to trade. DD said the only reason I think we're going up today is because there isn't much liquidity below, but we have plenty upside. Could be, to be honest. I'll not rule out like we can easily have an easy quick bump to at least 88 or 89 with no issues, to be honest. Especially because I said, guys, by the way, this would have been a nice long because this would have been a fake out and also making shorts being stuck. Like on the order flow app, I have it open right now. I see that lots of shorts opened at the wick. So usually what happens, these kind of moves happen because not stupid people, but like beginners try shorting the lows, got stuck, and right now they're being liquidated as the price keeps squeezing them to the upside. Give me a minute here, guys. Hold on a second. Quickly reading an email that I got. Hold on. Action said lagging indicators can't tell you things about the future. Interesting. Exactly, guys. Look, please study it. Do not take my words for it, but you either test it out by yourself or like find like smart. No bank is using the RSI. The term oversold and overbought is not a misconception, but it's deceiving because like you think that the word oversold means that it's being sold a lot, but literally the indicator that calls it oversold doesn't have anything that would tell it if it's oversold or not. So see, like you have to think like the way I started hating the RSI wasn't because I have an agenda against it, but I literally like wanted to look out and understand how it is calculated. Give me a second here. That's causing a huge. Sorry, I'd say that patterns indicators can be useful when trading coins where retail is super duper dominant. I remember manipulating price on a very I'm not sure about that. Just trying to understand how and where one should look on the higher time frame to find confirmation for short terms. So what do you think what do you look? To be honest, it's quite simple. Like just look on the higher time frame, understand the structure. We're making lower lows and lower highs. So see, no one can reject the fact that we are dropping. Look at this, see that's dropping, understand that shorts are better and just finding a short. So it's very simple, to be honest. I'd love to tell you or make it seem that's hard, but to be honest, it's very, very easy. Hold on a second. Our leader, Ahmed, does not use indicators. Yeah, exactly. TA is astrology, man. Is astrology for men. Yeah, close to it, to be honest. Like some of it is. For the most part, most of the stuff that is being shared on the internet is mostly astrology. Like when someone tells you, oh, with all the respect, oh, we have this. Hold on, let me make it this. We have this, and this is the broadening. What's it called? Not microphone, something like that. I'm not sure what the name of it in English, but you know the microphone, SAS phone, whatever phone is. So megaphone, yeah. This is the megaphone, and just because we have a megaphone drawn out on that stuff, it's going to go higher. Hold on a second. Thanks, Ahmed, for the patience to explain such complex concepts. Oh, good, brother. Thank you. Actually, I totally love the fact whenever I get asked these kind of stuff, these kind of questions. Uh, Extreme fear are just words. Exactly. Who's fearful? Like who? How does the? I'd love to also look at what does the extreme fear index look at. Uh, are you checking your crystal ball for predictions? I'm trying my best. I'm trying to share everything that I know. Uh, Sorry. I stole that joke. He was using the RSI. I'm not sure. Megaphone. Yeah, exactly, guys. Anyways, guys, I wouldn't like to keep you for long here. As I said, I might try to long, but uh, he was actually hard floor. By the way, guys, I wasn't using the RSI. No RSI was given here. I just had it. I googled what the RSI formula is just to quickly like have a chat all together. I'll definitely not use it. Uh, I've had used it before. Like it's always good to come or speak from experience. So I'm not the kind of guy to hate on stuff before trying it. So trust me, I've been that guy. I've been the bearish divergence, bullish divergence, RSI kind of the guy. It's not working. Uh, Hold on a second. Yet Ahmed TA works more often than not. Lol. In spite of the astrology argument, I'd say that like you have to understand what my TA is. My TA is just looking at structure, understanding human psychology, and using volume. Volume is a human psychology too, because obviously volume is the amount of buys and sells. So it's all linked to actual stuff. Like, why does my short work if we're freaking out the high? Because it's going to liquidate previous shorts and it's going to get random dumb people longing at the top. So I have reasons. I understand that it's not. I understand that most would think that it's astrology, hence why I try to go against them by doing the opposite. So see how like I'd never, it's not for me. I wouldn't say, oh, look at me, I'm the best. I'm not using astrology here, but I have to understand that I'm not using indicators. I'm not drawing. The only thing that is close to astrology that I may use from time to time, even though it's not the main, like the one of the main ways I trade, is using the Fibonacci. Like the Fibonacci is the only thing that's maybe has a bit of like astrology to it. But other than that, nothing is about anything but hard true facts of like trending, lower, upwards, structure, volume. That's it. Uh, KOLs have been a bane to my trading. I'm starting to realize more and more. To be honest, like I wouldn't put the blame on a certain person or a certain group of people, but you have like you have to blame yourself because you're taking advice from the internet, or not taking advice, but at least like following advice, because like you're totally be my guest if you wanna like hear me out and see what I have to say on a daily basis. But please do not. You can thank me if we make money, but do not overly thank me if we make money, and do not hate me if we lose money, because uh like no one is going to be taking the blame, or even if you blame someone else, you're going to be the one that lost money. So uh balls is what I have to become a better trader. Yeah, to be honest, yes, kind of. All good. Welcome to the community. Thank you, mate, for being too nice to the community. Will you update us in the Telegram once you decide on a trade for buy or sell? I cannot promise that, guys. I try to keep you updated as much as I can, but I don't I hate, or I'd like to not promise, because that would turn into a signals group, which I'm definitely against. I see a head and shoulder in the low time frame. Cool. That's the, that's astrology for you, brothers. Okay, I head and shoulder. Mm. All right, guys. Not to totally like drill down on that fact, but if you see a head and shoulder, good for you. Do you use astrology dates for trading? Definitely not, guys. I've been literally, sorry for my word, but I've been literally shitting on astrology, astrological trading for the past like 20 minutes. So definitely I wouldn't be using it for dates. Anyways, maybe it's hard to like make up an. I'd love to literally go on a lower time frame. Let's open up the 3 minute time frame. Maybe we can find like a stupid idea too long, but I've heard people talk about the moon having people making up their own indicators so often. Yeah, guys, to be honest, so it's a waste of time. With all due respect to the moon readers or the moon having people or whatever it is. Any idea to maybe long It's hard to maybe come up with an idea too long, to be honest. Maybe retesting the monthly. Maybe يعني I might try a stupid any risky long if we retest the monthly at 82.5 and fake out these lows on a 1 hour on 1 minute time frame. Like this, maybe I'm not sure, but maybe I'll try a very risky long because we had seen a fake out on a by the way, guys, whenever you see me on the 1 hour 1 minute time frame, you have to understand that I'm like very much doing my own astrology. This is my astrology. Like this for me is astrology. So maybe if we hit 82.5 and then reclaim 83, I might try a random stupid long. That's very totally risky. I'll see. No promises here. I might try that and tell you guys if I lost money, because it's probably going to lose money because I don't know. It's better, to be honest, to wait, be more patient. Let me see how the anchored. See, we're still even failing to break the anchored view up from this area. Anyways, guys, smashed the like. Yeah, you would say opening in 15 minutes exactly, guys. 13 minutes now, minutes to be precise. Right now on I think at 6:30 p.m. Dubai time, which is I'm not sure, but maybe 9:30 if I'm not mistaken, Eastern time. Maybe Wayne can correct me if I'm wrong. As said, guys, if you want to support the channel and also get a nice deposit bonus, it's totally up to you. I like it weeks. I like them because the fees are good, no KYC, and they're also tailor-made for the heavy amount of day trading that I do. So if you want to test it out, it's actually the place where I actually do have my shorts open from all over the place. So as I said, guys, just to be totally transparent and also truthful, this is an affiliate promotional link. If you would like to do it, that would help the channel, and also that would give you a nice bonus. The bonus is very, very basic, to be honest, and easy, just because the exchange doesn't require KYC. So you can literally get a bonus for registering and adding your phone number. And then depositing would give you, as you can see, depositing 100 would give you 50. So totally up to you. If you want to support the channel, be my guest. If you're okay with your exchange, please stick with it. Nothing to sell you here. All I have in the link, or all I have in terms of links or in the description, the week's link, and also free Telegram channel if you want to actually be more spammed by me on a daily basis. Be my guest and join the free Telegram channel. So thank you, brothers. Thank you for showing up, and actually thank you for being kind to me for at least right now we're going to be completing, or this live stream completes the 3rd week of going live. Hold on a second on my English channel. Let me quickly pull it up, guys. I'm building lots of channels in the same time, so we've been going live at 7 a.m. Eastern time, or at around that. I try to go at exactly 7 a.m., but I very rarely do I manage to do that. So 7 a.m. Eastern time, 4 p.m. Dubai time, every single day, Monday to Friday. And this live stream marks actually the 3rd week of being consistent on the English channel. As I said, our goal, let's see who wins the battle. Do we get to 10k on the English channel before the Arabic one? Obviously, the Arabic is much closer to it, but we've been growing with a crazy rate on the English channel. So let's just see who wins that, guys. Just please understand that the markets right now is extremely risky. So please understand that you have to manage your risk, and please, for the love of God, if you want to open up a trade, no matter a long, short, right, left, whatever it is, put a goddamn stop loss on, because we're not gambling here, we're making money trading, guys. So thank you for showing up. Thank you actually for being too nice to me, kind to me, and actually asking me some smart questions as you are actually doing. Thanks for actually being a part of this little community that we're building up, guys. And I'll see you and catch you tomorrow on the weekend show on the Moon Show at around 7 p.m. Saturday.